I was 15 years old when my family moved from Guatemala to uptown Chicago. On my first day in Chicago, I met some Mexican kids who offered to show me around the neighborhood, especially Chicago famous lakefront. I got really excited and I told them in perfect Guatemalan lingo, "Vamos a chingar la pita," which to me meant something like, "Let's go have some fun." Unknown to me, my "vamos a chingar la pita" to these Mexican kids meant something like, "Let's go fuck some bitches." Talk about first impressions, huh? I had just met these kids and they probably thought I was crazy. Luckily for me, one of these Mexican kids had met some Guatemalan people before, and he was able to explain what happened. He was able to explain to them and to me that although we were all Latinos and we were all speaking Spanish, we were all speaking different kind of Spanish. Similar to the way that somebody from England speaks English different than somebody from the USA. So I was able to explain myself to them, but not before the youngest kid from our group started singing a little song. Vamos a chingar la pita, vamos a chingar la pita. And when my friends tried to stop him, he pointed at me and said, "He said he didn't mean anything bad." So we tried to ignore the little guy. It took us only a few minutes to reach the lakefront, but at my hormone-driven age of 15 years old, I didn't notice the lake. I didn't notice the wide open spaces. What I did notice were two beautiful young girls that were sitting on a nearby bench. So I wondered aloud if they spoke Spanish. And one of my friends quickly replied, "Oh, those girls are Puerto Ricans and they do speak Spanish." So I never met any Puerto Rican girls before, but I figured, hey, it's a good time to get started, right? So I walked ahead of the group and I approached the girls. One of the girls was eating some cookies, and using the most masculine voice that I could muster, I said to her, "¿Me das una galleta? Would you give me a cookie?" She looked at me and smiled. But before she could say or do anything else, the other girl stood up, walked in front of me, and slapped me hard across the face. "Ahí tienes tu galleta. There's your cookie," she said to me. Now, I didn't know why she slapped me, but I knew that I had to walk away from her. So I turned around and I walked back to my friends. Of course, my friends were laughing their asses off. And when the little kid saw me, he started singing a new song. "Ahí tienes tu galleta. Pow, there's your cookie. Pow." This time, my friends didn't try to stop him. This time, they were singing and laughing along. Finally, one of my friends stopped laughing long enough to explain me that galleta, cookie, to them and to me meant just that, cookie. But to a Puerto Rican, galleta not only means cookie, it also means to punch or to slap. So that was probably why the girl had slapped me. And I thought to myself, this is going to be so difficult. Not only do I have to learn to speak English, I have to learn to speak Spanish all over again. Just then, I felt somebody tapping my shoulder. I turned around and I saw that cookie eating girl standing in front of me. I thought she was going to slap me. But instead, she gave me a cookie, a real cookie, and she even wrapped it in a little paper napkin. So I thought to myself, this is my chance to impress her. This is my second chance to really impress her, to do something cool. So I grabbed the cookie and I stuffed it in my mouth before I could say something stupid. Then I look at the paper napkin and I noticed that it has some numbers written on it. I look at the girl and she had her thumb in her ear and her pinky in her mouth, making a hand signal that was impossible to misunderstand. Call me, he meant. When she walked away, I turned around and I showed the paper napkin with the girl's phone number to my friends. They stopped laughing immediately. And they looked at me with a mixture of surprise and admiration. And then I thought to myself, maybe, just maybe, I'm gonna be just fine. Thank you.
Give up for next year, everybody.